Hey guys, it's Luke, and I am really nerding out right now because a few hours ago there was a guy named Jack who joined our community Discord and he asked me, "Hey Luke, do you want to see some cool Black Ops 2 stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I always love seeing BO2 stuff." I assumed that this was going to be maybe some posters that someone's made or some fan art, anything like that, but no, he started sending some audio files and I had never heard them before, and me and everyone else were just really confused. And because we had never interacted with this guy and he was new to the Discord, we just started saying, you know, this is fake, you were probably getting trolled, dude, like this was all fan-made stuff. But I decided to be nice and DM him, and suddenly he proved out of nowhere that everything that he was sending me was 100% legit. Now, if for some reason you don't believe me on this, you can actually message him yourself and he can show you proof. I'll leave his Discord in the link in the description down below. You guys can go and add him, and he seems pretty open to talking about the whole thing. There's also just so much information that I know about that he sent me that I'm going to have to break it up into a couple of videos because otherwise we'd be here forever and I wouldn't really get as much information out there as I'd like, so I want to make them into individual videos so I can cover them in much detail. There's everything from maps that we had never seen before to new characters, and there's just so much stuff that if you guys really want to stick around for it, then I would appreciate a subscribe. And also thank you to Jack, because without you this video obviously wouldn't have been possible. But now getting into what the video is actually about, I'm not sure how many of you know about Zombie Richtofen's head within Black Ops 2. For a little bit of backstory, a few years ago, Treyarch had actually revealed a game mode called Meat that was planned for Black Ops 2 but was never released, and in the audio files for Black Ops 2, people had actually found Zombie Richtofen announcer quotes for him. And the community also found a severed head model for Zombie Richtofen, but it was never used in game and you couldn't even really get it to work. And it seemed like he was intended to have his own game mode that for one reason or another was never released. Now mind you, this was all found years ago, and since then all we've had was Zombie Richtofen's head and the announcer quotes from Meat, and we really didn't know much about the other game mode until now. We had no audio for it, all we knew is that it was planned and it was going to be used in some capacity or another. So yes, I have some really cool audio of what Zombie Richtofen would have sounded like within Black Ops 2. I'm still not 100% sure what the game mode was intended to be, but give me your guys' guess in the comment section down below and I'll play the audio for you guys right now.
Ouchie, my head! You look great! Get your fingers out of me! Feel it! Oh my! Hey, I'm over here! Why don't you come and pick me up? Let's play toss the head. Stop leaving me on the ground. God, it's really dirty on the ground. Come and get me.
Now first of all, isn't that the coolest thing that you've heard in quite a long time? And second of all, you might have noticed straight away that this was a Richtofen that doesn't really sound similar to the Richtofen that we know and love. And I'll explain why, because when Treyarch makes games, they only have access to so much time with the voice actors and they can't compose a game without audio, and they can't really bring everything together and talk about the story and go through meetings and stuff like that. So sometimes they just tell employees, you know what? Just go do your best impression of this character and we'll throw it into the game. Now usually these get swapped out for the actual voice actor once they can get them in the studio, and this happens all the time, and that's what happened here. Is this was just some Treyarch employee doing some lines for what would have been Zombie Richtofen. And as I said, I have a ton of audio for these sort of things, so if you guys want to see those videos, and like I said, I would appreciate a subscribe, but I just wanted to keep this really short and concise because this was some of the coolest stuff that I've ever seen, and again, thank you to Jack for showing it to me. But I've got one more thing for you before you guys go. So in the files, Jack found something really interesting, and all of a sudden he messaged me, "Hey, this is really weird, check this out." And he sent me an audio file that really confused me at first. It sounds like a cipher because we don't think it's a Apothicon, but we don't understand what it is. So if any of you guys are any good with this thing, I'm going to play it at the end of the video real quick, and please tell me if this gets solved because I'm really curious as to what it is, because it sounds nothing like what would have been included in Black Ops 2. I don't know where this would have even been, but you know what, hey, I just thought it would be really cool. Anyway, before I play that, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Like, comment, subscribe, do all this usual stuff a YouTuber tells you to do. Anyway, I'll play the cool thing. Bye-bye.